Hey, Mike and Mike, I want to show you my newly renovated badass chip truck. I did 3 major projects, and I say but I had a lot of help from a good buddy of mine. He's a carpenter by trade, and whipped the stuff out in his sleep. We did this hour and a half worth of work over a couple of beers. It was a pretty easy job to do. There are 3 major things I did. I'll show you them one at a time and tell you how we did it. The first one is just a basic wall, floor to ceiling, about 1.5 feet, 2 feet in, maybe 20 inches. We lost 1 stack here for stacking boxes, but what this did is really important to me. Gave me a spot with that door closed to put my cardboard. Last summer I spent a ton of time, even now when it's slow, I spend a ton of time tripping over my cardboard. And certainly in the summer, man, that's a big deal, losing a ton of time. I suspect all guys do. I suspect you're losing sales from that too. When a box becomes hard to get to because you've got a mountain of cardboard, you might think twice about whether or not you want to sell it. I know I do, in all honesty. And so this gives me a spot to put my cardboard and work neatly and not be tripping over myself. Basic 2x4 frame. We stripped the 2x4s down in the interest of space, and then there's a big brace right back here in the corner. And the really cool thing about that brace is we were able to do it. If I took 2 more Wise boxes on top of there, it would still fit underneath that brace, so I don't lose any space at all there. The other really cool thing about this is I spent a lot of time last summer picking up chips. When you're floor to ceiling here and you leave in the morning, you get where you're going and all your chips are just tumbled all over. Man, not only is that frustrating and puts a bad start to your day, but you're losing a lot of time, not to mention the damages from it. So I had no way to secure my load, so we put an eye hook in here with just a piece of rope going to an eye hook back here against the back wall. Second one down a little bit lower, and now I can secure my load with ease. Obviously we don't need a ton of strength here, it's just chips, but something to stop it from tumbling over. It's a big deal. Then I have my shelves. Here on the side I put a spot to build my ladder, or store my ladder, and a spot to hang my coat, sweatshirt, whatever. I put this out 2 box widths. That's a big deal. You can slide that bottom box out when you need to get to it, and so you're not losing space there at all. I could also go 2 boxes wide if I had to and need more storage space. Shelves are 48 inches, chosen that way specifically for that purpose. The corners are hidden behind the walls, so then I can knock my head on the corners. I didn't do that over here. I wish I had. I could do it still after the fact, but it'd be a little bit difficult. But certainly replicating it, I could. Same thing over here, though, on these lower corners. You have the overlapping wall. There's a lip in front of every shelf that stops stuff from falling when the truck's in motion. You can still access the door, and you have a spot for the Welch's. I keep 4 pretzels as truck stock. The dipping sticks, minis, rods, and honey mustard and onion. So I have a spot for an open box and a spot for a closed box of all of them. 2 levels for the small pretzels, all my mountain country, and all my other stuff down here. That opens up a ton of space from about this Cape Cod here over. I used to have this littered with this stuff. Now I don't have to, I can get all of it easily. I can see what I have. I can see the dates on the product. It's a ton easier, saves me a ton of room. I have 3 stores, Hannaford, Walmart, and Chopper, that have predetermined orders. So when I take those pre-orders, I'm usually trying to just figure out where I'm going to put stuff in my truck. And it's usually just littering back here, piling up, sometimes getting damaged, especially the Keebler. Now I've got a ton more room for it. And it's going to make my job a lot easier, especially once we get into those summer months again. Spot to hang my backpack, Nerf hoop. This perhaps is the coolest feature here. It's my table. Secured up when the truck's in motion. Folds right down, high enough to store my Humpty Dumpty still underneath it. Got my clipboard and my price gun there. But this table, not only does it give you a flat spot to work, but when you're building an order in your truck, it's at the perfect height. Again, going to save me time. It's going to earn more money when I have more time to spend in stores, make my orders easier to build, etc., etc. And then it's as easy as that to stow away. The last thing I'm going to do, I haven't done yet, is back here I'm going to put an eye hook, here and here-ish, with a bungee cord so I can stow away my two-wheeler there, safe and secure when I'm traveling as well. That's it. I hope you like it. Like I said, I did this with a buddy. He's a carpenter by trade. He's awesome. And he did this for me for free. I had to buy the materials, of course, but he did this for me for free. But he said that if you guys have, if you guys like the design enough and you want to replicate it, we can do so pretty easy. So let me know if that interests you. But otherwise, just wanted to show you my truck.